Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्री श्रीमद् अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 7, text number 37. We will read also 38 verse because there is no purport for 37. Tathapi na pratibhruyam Gurubhi prarthitam kiyat Bhavatam prarthitam sarvam प्राणेरथेश्च साधये. Translation: all of you are my superiors. Therefore, although accepting priesthood is sometimes reproachable, I cannot refuse even a small request from you. I agree to be your priest. I shall fulfill your request by dedicating my life and possessions. Text number 38. Śrī Bādarāyini Uvacha Tebhyam evam pratishrutya Viśvarūpo Mahatapa Paurahityam Vrutaschakre Paramena Samadhina. Śrī Bādarāyini Uvacha Tebhyam evam pratishrutya Viśvarūpo Mahatapaha Paurahityam Vrutaschakre Paramena Samadhina. Śrī Bādarāyini Uvacha Tebhya evam pratishrutya Viśvarūpo Mahatapaha Paurahityam Vrutaschakre Paramena Samadhina.
Hare Krishna. Evam pratishrutya Viśvarūpo Mahatapaha Paurahityam Vrutaschakre Paramena Samadhina. Śrī Bādarāyini Uvacha Tebhya evam pratishrutya Viśvarūpo Mahatapaha Paurahityam Vrutaschakre Paramena Samadhina.
Śrī Bādarāyini Uvacha Tebhya evam pratishrutya Viśvarūpo Mahatapaha Paurahityam Vrutaschakre Paramena Samadhina.
Śrī Bādarāyini Uvacha Tebhyam evam pratishrutya Viśvarūpo Mahatapaha Paurahityam Vrutaschakre Paramena Samadhina.
Shri Mataji want to recite? She want to recite verse? Śrī Bādarāyini Uvacha Śrī Śukadeva Gosvāmī said, Tebhya, unto them, the demigods, evam, thus, pratishrutya, promising, Viśvarūpaha, Viśvarūpa, Mahatapaha, the most exalted personality, Paurahityam, the priesthood, Vritaha, surrounded by them, Chakre, executed, Paramena, supreme, Samadhina, with attention. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada. Śrī Śukadeva Gosvāmī continued, O king, after making this promise to the demigods, the exalted Viśvarūpa, surrounded by the demigods, performed the necessary priestly activities with great enthusiasm and attention. Purport. The word samadhina is very important. Samadhi means complete absorption with undiverted mind. Viśvarūpa, who was a most learned Brahmana, not only accepted the request of the demigods but took their request seriously and performed the activities of priesthood with an undiverted mind. In other words, he accepted the priesthood not for material gain but to profit the demigods. Such is the duty of a priest. The word puraha means family and hita means benefit. Thus, the Purohit indicates that the priest is a well-wisher of the family. Another meaning of the word Puraha is first. The priest's first duty is to see that his disciples benefit spiritually and materially by all means. Then he is satisfied. A priest should never be interested in performing Vedic rituals for his personal benefit. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी विषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 7, text number 37 and 38. Text number 38, translation I am reading again. Śrī Śukadeva Gosvāmī continued, O king, after making this promise to the demigods, the exalted Viśvarūpa, surrounded by the demigods, performed the necessary priestly activities with great enthusiasm and attention. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So welcome all the devotees, especially Ankit Prabhu and The devotees from Jamshedpur have come. So here, Badarayani, Śukadeva Gosvāmī is saying that after the talk between the demigods and Viśvarūpa, the son of Tvashta, Viśvarūpa, although knowing that generally the priesthoodship, where the priest is having some material motivation for himself, is not appreciated. The true Brahmana should not accept such priesthoodship for his own personal gain. Rather, proper Brahmana means he should perform the activities with selfless activities, and to maintain himself he should depend on the mercy of the Lord, not on anybody in this world. Therefore the Uchavrutti Brahmanas, they would go to the marketplaces, as previous verse says this, that they would collect some grains left over by the wholesalers, sellers, grocery merchants. When they are selling the big one, something falls off or something, they would keep it back for the animals and birds and the Brahmanas. So they would not depend on anybody. That's the purpose. Somebody is calling. What? So the principle behind that is that when you are serving someone in this world, when you feel that obligations are there, you are working under someone in this world. So instead of seeing that Krishna is my maintainer, you see somebody else as your maintainer. That's why they would practice this kind of thing, that they would not depend on anybody. All three people, Brahmanas would be selflessly serving the society, and even if that is spoken for not for the renounced order, spoken for even Grahastha Brahmanas. If you see clearly the verse previously, the first class Brahmana does not accept any reward from his disciple or yajamanas. Practicing austerities and penances, he instead goes to the agricultural field and collects grains. By this means the householder Brahmanas who actually abide by the principles of austerity and penance maintain themselves and their families and perform all necessary pious activities. So maintain themselves and their family by not depend on anybody materialistic person in this world. So they are free then. See, people are afraid. Why? Because if I do something, then I will lose my income source, I will lose my sense gratification. Fear is there. I will lose my position, fame. So those kind of obligations do not allow them to work freely as the representative of the Lord. If they have to speak the message, the Brahmana is not afraid of anybody. He will speak the truth, what the scriptures are talking. Anybody wants to hear or not, that's up to them, but he will not compromise. So then he remains free even from the karmic entanglement. Because if you are a part of some place, somewhere, and if you don't say anything, like in Draupadi's case, when she was being insulted, all those people who were there in that assembly, who were responsible people, who did not speak, all of them got reaction. Anybody who supported that activity by not speaking. Not speaking means you are supporting. Only one person who spoke was Vidura. He very strongly spoke about it. He protested. But he was not heard. Because other parties were very strong. But he did his part from his side. And even Bhishma Pitama did not speak. And others also did not speak. Bhishma Pitama did not speak because he knew that Krishna is going to appear. He had a higher plan, he knew that. And he was ready for that reaction also. He said, whatever reaction comes, no problem. We have to see Krishna's presence here. So he did not protest. From an external point of view, he said he did not protest because he was obliged. But internally, he was actually Krishna conscious. And he accepted the necessary reactions. So if you are not part of the solution, you are also part of the problem. You will be pushed by the society. Sometimes people think, oh, I don't have to worry about, let the cows are being slaughtered and that's their problem. But then we are using belts, shoes, we are using so many medicines where the cow products are being, so many places we are also part of the problem. You cannot strictly be separated in this society unless you are really putting some efforts in propagating Krishna consciousness. Everybody is entangled in this Kali Yuga, some way or other. It's not only our people who are performing sinful activities, but those who are not directly performing also are indirectly. Like you are serving in a company, corporate companies, big companies, they all break all principles: meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication. So now you are serving them and supporting those activities. That means you also get reactions naturally. May not be directly like that, but unless you are fully utilizing your every, whatever you are getting in Krishna service, to the degree we enjoy those results and think that, don't see the Krishna's hand behind it, everything, what you are receiving in your life, we also get entangled into those karmic reactions. That's why the karma is very, very complex. It's very perfect, Krishna system is. Krishna says, akarmano hi bodhavyam cha vikarmana, gahana karmana gati. What is the beginning? Karmano yapi bodhavyam cha vikarmana, akarmanascha bodhavyam, gahana karmano gati. What is karma? What is vikarma? What is akarma? It's very, very difficult. It's very difficult to understand. And especially when you are having material desires, contaminated mind, everything can be justified with our intellect. Oh, this I am doing it, but. And our logic, reasoning, and what people are talking around, they can convince us, okay, you are all right. But then the higher laws, they are made with the completely impartial vision. They will judge, not the public is going to judge it. The higher authorities, when they judge, you cannot use your logic and reasoning and your intellectual things. They work. So therefore, the only solution is that people become Krishna conscious in Kali Yuga. Otherwise, everywhere people are getting entangled into sinful reactions. So now here it is spoken for a Brahmana who is doing priesthoodship. That means he is not directly involved in sinful activities. He is going to the person who is pious, dharmic, and helping him for getting some material benefits in pious ways. Like going to the heaven or getting good health or getting money, getting good wife, husband, material benefits. But with the intention that I should also get something back. That is condemned. And that's why Viśvarūpa was not ready for it. But because it was request from the demigods for devotees, for the higher superiors, request came. So he accepted that just to serve them. without any motivations. See, people get very enthused in this world. Why people get enthused? Because they get something. They know that I'm going to get something out of it. To be enthused when you know I'm not going to get anything out of it. Personally. That means you can really work with selflessness. No, don't think about results. And that's the whole message of Bhagavad Gita is that. Become free from the fruitive mentality. Nature in this world is everyone is so much fruitive that even before you perform action, immediately calculation goes on. What I'm going to get this. Cut. And we have a lot of expectations. So the expectation is cause of frustration in this world. And the fruitive mentality is the cause of entanglement. When you expect something back in your life, then one can never be happy performing activities. And enthusiastically people perform activities with expectation and with the fruitive mentality. And nature of this material world is that one will not get what is expected often. Sometimes you may get it. And usually people expect more than what they do. Like if you are working in a company also, in any institution, organization, they always expect more. And that's why the employers nowadays are always dissatisfied with the employees. And they put so much target on them. Like one doctor was telling, working in Hyderabad, he said he was being paid 10 years back 5 lakhs rupees per month. Very specialist. He said, I am getting 5 lakhs, but then it is expected I have to earn at least 25 lakhs for the hospital. That much business I should produce, then only I can get 5 lakhs. It is well understood. He said, if I don't perform, I will be out. So the employers are always having this, that I am employing this person, this much I am paying, that means he should earn this much for me. And they usually want as much as extraction. And the employee also, when he sees that he is being overworking and being taxed and everything, so they want to perform less. If I am paying, I am getting 1 lakh paid, so they want to avoid the work and maybe their thought processing, okay, I will work only for 50,000 rupees. Srila Prabhupada gives example in the writers' building in Britishers' times, Prabhupada times. The peon was sent for writer meeting. He is sent by some officer, okay, go and deliver this letter to somebody else in another office, another building. So that peon will go with the letter, and then he will go on the what street is? Dalhousie. Yeah. So there will be a garden or the road on the road. Huh? Bus station? Oh, bus station somewhere. Find under a nice tree and sleep under tree. 2 hours he will sleep during his duty hours, and then he'll get up and then he'll go to the office and deliver the letter and come back. Arey, why you are so late? Because no mobile, nothing, contact, gone. And they will say, you don't know what happened. I went to this office and then man was not there, and then I had to wait, then I had to go another place, and then finally took so much time for me. He'll give some reason. And then he's happy that I have slept during duty hours 2 hours. His happiness is coming from sleeping. So this is the nature of this material world. No one wants to work, but they want to enjoy as much as possible. Fruity mentality is that I should get the fruit of my actions. Those who are very noble and very, at least they want equal returns, whatever they have done. But everybody wants some returns. To get a selfless worker in this world is practically impossible. Even the people are pious, Vedic followers. Why the Vedas are, maximum portion of the Vedas are talking about karma kanda. Karma kanda means the same thing, fruity mentality. 99% of the Vedas speaking about karma kanda. Krishna also says that, in Bhagavad Gita, that the people who are Vedavadartas, they think that the whole purpose of the Vedas is they are giving directions to perform activities, how to perform, how to get material enjoyment. Just like in the today's world also, people are going for jobs, being paid big salaries. What is the mentality is that? I will enjoy by getting big salaries, go to some other countries or some tourist places and enjoy that with that money. So similarly, Vedic follower also, he will perform various pious activities uh, to enjoy the future lives. I'll go to the heaven, live in there in Nandan gardens are there, and with apsaras, and nice food and everything, somaras, long life. Krishna speaks that in Bhagavad Gita, that this is the mentality of the person who is a karma kandi. Enjoyment, future enjoyment, in a pious, by following the Vedic rituals. So they would invite some priest, okay, come and help me out, how to do that, how to perform the yajna for different demigods or pujas for different demigods, so that I can get more facilities for my enjoyment in next life. Because they would see the life from a broader sense, next life, and they were understanding that in this life you cannot do much. Whatever you have done in the past life, based on that you get. Just like you go to the tourist place. By going to the tourist place, not that after going there you start working. Whatever you have done earlier, your money package, then you enjoy that. Then you come back and again you work so that I can go to some better place. So similarly, whatever we have done in the past life, that whole pious activities are with us in this life. It's like now in this life you cannot do much changes. Actually, it's illusion. By working hard you can get the things. You can get based on your previous pious activities. That's why you can see sometimes people don't work until they get. Simple thing is, somebody is born in a family of rich man like Elon Musk family. He is born in the family of Elon Musk. What he has done? Hard work. How he is getting his whole life? He is getting so much money. Even at the time of birth only, he has got billions of dollars or crores of dollars in his names. So that shows that previous pious activities, they govern our this present life. Now how you are living this life will decide your future life. But what happens in Kali Yuga, the people don't have this understanding. They keep on working hard unnecessarily. And some of them get, based on their previous pious activities, good results. And that's how that is propagated, that you work hard and get the things. But Vedic understanding is not like that. Vedic understanding is that your previous lives, karma, goes into this life. You cannot do much changes into that. So, of course, if you practice spiritual life, then the whole karma changes. But not by pious activities. Not by, forget about the material activities. The way the people are working hard has neither pious nor in the spiritual activities. Simply working hard. There are so many people come in the Bollywood to become Amitabh Bachchan. And they study about Amitabh Bachchan's life, what he did in his life. Or they want to become Ambani. So they keep on studying biographies of which cycle he was going and which tea was taking tea, and exactly try to imitate that life. It is a foolishness to do like that. You can see the lives of the people. Sometimes they become very rich without much endeavors. Whose father? Achha. So he got it, lottery, and based on his pious activities he may be able to enjoy that. But because the gambling is there, so he'll get reaction for it. Lost. So like a thief, sometimes they get money by stealing. So if he has some piety, he may get that money. But he cannot enjoy unless he has piety. He cannot enjoy that money. But now he is enjoying that money, but because he has performed stealing activity, he is going to suffer in the future. Very complex. Karma is very complex. Otherwise, somebody go for stealing, and if he is not having any spite in his karmic account, he cannot steal that money also. It's very, very mysterious thing. He will be caught by the police or caught by somebody. So some credit has to be there with him, so that only can hold those activities, those things, that enjoyable object. But now, how you want to encash, even if you have piety? You want to simply work hard, or you want to steal somebody's property, or to beg, or you want naturally work and get it? Piety means if you have something, you will work naturally, you get it. You don't have to work very hard. Just like your bank account money is there, you go and give a check, go do some activities, and you get that money. So our activity is natural by means to encash our whatever is we have done in our last life. So the Vedic followers were never hardworking like this, but they were not lazy. They were hardworking for pious activities, performing for future. But that is also condemned in Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam talks about higher principles. Even those person who are having such pious way of working and enjoying the life, they are also caught up into cycle of birth and death. They cannot get out of it. And in this world, you are always tempted to perform impious activities because of your association or whatever is Maya's allurements. So one can actually, it's very difficult to remain only pious, because while enjoying pious results, one develops attachment for hankering for such enjoyments. And when the pious credits are over, the hankering is still there. Even if man becomes old, his desire for enjoying pleasures is still there. So when piety is over and still the desires are there, then person goes for impious life to enjoy those things. That's the danger. The mind is not purified simply by pious way of enjoyment. Also, one is entangled into the karmic reactions, because hankerings are there, and if you don't have sufficient pious credits, and you see somebody else is enjoying in other ways. In today's world, also people think so many people are doing bad activities. Why should I do good activities? And they also become bad. So this whole thing is condemned in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, that those who think that this is ultimate, this Vedavartas people, they think that you perform pious activities, go to heavens, you enjoy, you'll come back again you perform pious activities, and that's how the world goes on. There is nothing beyond this. Nanyad astini, nanyad vadi astini. Nanyad asti, nothing beyond this. In the second chapter. 2 point?
40 to 40.
42. यामिमं पुष्पितं वाच प्रबोध्य विपश्यतः वेदवादरतः पार्थ नान्यत् अस्तिति वादिनः कामात्मानः स्वर्गपरा जन्मकर्म फलप्रदां क्रिया विशेषबहुलां भोगैश्वरे गतिं प्रति. The men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, which recommend various fruitive activities for elevation to heavenly planets, resultant good birth, power, and so forth. Being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this. Just like in today's world, also people think you work hard, get more money, go enjoying foreign tours or some hill stations, and spend your money get over, come back again, work hard. Again you get more money, again you go out, enjoy. Same thing. But the difference is that they are following Vedas, and another difference is that they believe in next life. But still, in men of small knowledge, they are not considered very intelligent. Why? The next is because those who are bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya aparta chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhavana vidiyate. In the minds of those who are too attached to the sense enjoyment and material opulence and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to the Supreme does not take place. They cannot understand bhakti. Bhakti they will think useless. And in today's world also people think, what is this Hare Krishna will do? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna will liberate you from this material world. Purify your consciousness, all sufferings forever. But they cannot understand this. Free you from the cycle of birth and death, old age, disease. They think, no, how it's possible? How can somebody become free from death and old age and disease? This is natural. You have to keep on enjoying the life. So, Trigunya Vishaya Veda, Naistrigunya Bhavarjuna. The Vedas deal mainly with the subject of the three modes of material nature. O Arjuna, become transcendental to those three modes. Be free from all dualities and from all anxieties for gain and safety, and be established in the self. So then he talks about karmanyavadikaraste. Later on this shloka comes 47. That people don't quote this in a context of what is spoken. You know, कर्म करते रहो, करने का अधिकार है. फल की अपेक्षा वो भी नहीं बोलते लोग. कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते इतना ही कोट करते बस. Krishna says you have to perform your activities not for material gain. Ma phaleshu kadachana. Human life is not meant for this. Just work hard, get money or get facilities for enjoyment. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. These four things are spoken in the Vedas. Dharma means the religious activities or occupational duties. As a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Dharma, occupation, perform occupation and get artha. Dharma is performed for artha. Actually not should be, but dharma produces artha. But the people who are interested in the kama to fulfill their material desires, they perform dharma to get artha, to fulfill their kama, material desires. And then they think, when I have sufficiently exhausted with my fulfillment of material desires, then I can go for moksha later on. So all four things are spoken in the Vedas: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. But Bhagavatam from the beginning only, first canto, first chapter only says, first chapter or third chapter, second chapter says that kamasya na indriya pritir labho jivete yavata. One's life desire should not be directed to the sense gratification. That means life desires should be transformed. Kamasya na indriya priti. Our desire should not be directed to gratify senses. And that is the biggest challenge. People think, then what is the meaning? You have to become desireless. That's what many people preach spiritually. Buddhist message, we become desireless. Not desireless. Kamasya na indriya priti means the desire should not be directed towards sense gratification. Desire should be purified. One should develop the spiritual desires. How to do that? By hearing Bhagavad, by associating with devotees. If you are not associating with regularly devotees, then we are associating with materialistic people. There is no other in between. Or we are associating our contaminated mind. Association is always required for the soul. If nobody is there, our mind we associate with, which is already having so many fruitive ideas, so many misconceptions in this life, previous lives. So what happens in that association? Material desires develop. Sangat sanjayate kamaha. Sangha means association. The bad association develops bad desires. Good association develops good desires. Simple. It's a neutral word. Sangat sanjayate kama. Sangat means association. Sanjayate means give birth to the kama. And Srila Prabhupada writes that one's desires and ambitions are formed by one's association. what kind of desires we have, it is developed by association. Otherwise, why so many people become smokers and drunkards here in IIT? 50-60% boys coming from good families after coming to IIT, supposed to be most intellectuals of the India. And everybody knows smoking, drinking, drug is not good. Why they become like that? Sangat sanjayate kama. Similarly, whatever things we are running in this material world by the influence of Maya, to the degree we associate with materialistic people, we will be bewildered. Moha comes by association, bad association. That's why Shankaracharya says that if you want to become free from moha, illusion means you think this is the way I have to live. Otherwise, how will I survive? How will I survive if I don't drink? How will I survive if I don't smoke? That's what people think. And similarly, how will I survive if I don't work hard and get more money in this world? That is also moha. Here is example of Brahmana who would not work, he would not serve anybody. They would just depend on the Krishna's arrangement. Brahmanical class, they would not take any employment of somebody because they would understand that the Krishna's system, Krishna is supplying even elephants. In Kharagpur, around this area, there are sometimes elephants of 60-70 elephant travels together. That day I saw a video. One elephant came in IIT also. 60-70 they traveled together. And you don't hear that somebody died out of hunger. Every elephant needs at least 1 quintal food every day. That means how much? 6 ton food. And they don't have any bank balance and any bank account. And what they eat? They eat nice food in the farms, fields. And in jungles, most of the elephants come in the farms and eat and go away. Rule is that nobody can kill them, no harm in them. So Krishna's system is protecting them. So elephant is protected, even ant is protected. They are getting their foods. So human beings, because of the greed and because of this, whatever is this propaganda, competition is going on, everybody is unnecessarily working so hard. In Vedic times, people would work for 3-4 months in a year. You can see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, people going for Puri, families, Shivananda and his family is going, and they would stay for 4 months there in Puri. Going 1 month, coming back 1 month and staying there for 4 months. So 6 months is gone. Just 500 years back, this was system. Prabhupada says this. There is a conversation with Prabhupada with one WHO member. And Prabhupada is speaking this, that in Vedic culture people work for a few months in a year. But they were not lazy. They were active other times for taking care of their families, taking care of their societies, and who were there responsible, and their spiritual activities. But more people go away from this. Their faith in Krishna's system is stolen away by this modern propaganda. They will be forced to work hard day and night. That's what is happening. So much anxiety, so much of difficulties people are living lives. In Vedic times, you'll find people were natural. Society was living selfless. There are Brahmanas who teach without charging anything. They would give this education. There are doctors who would give free medical treatments. There are lawyers king would give free judgment. Now you see, education is highest. You have to pay so much. The lawyer, nothing to say about it. You go to court case, practically you become bankrupt. You want to put some court case, and then the doctors. So much greed, everywhere greed. And everybody is exploited in that sense. The farmers also are supposed to give nice, food to everybody, but now they are also exploiting by putting so much fertilizers and so much chemicals. Ultimately, everybody is affected by that. Who is peaceful? You can say everybody is getting big packages, money. Few sections of people are getting, but ultimately everybody is suffering. They are also suffering. In the cities, big cities, they are working, smoking so much of polluted air in Delhi. And then you have to put for the health. Then doctors are exploiting. They travel for 3-4 hours from one way. Bombay people travel every day, 3-4 hours one way and other way. Both ways, 4 hours traveling. So much time is spent. Earlier times people were not like that. Anyway, but this fruity mentality is increasing. People are more and more becoming greedy for everything. These all selfless workers now have become so greedy. Everywhere, what will I get out of it? And the whole spiritual life is, you think about selfless service. Dharma projita kaitavotra nirmat saranam satam. Second verse of Bhagavatam says that Bhagavatam kicks out all other religions, all other dharmas. Dharma projita, false, kaitava dharmas. What is this kaitava dharmas? Are fruity mentality dharmas. Dharma sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Any dharma which is, actually the Vedas talk about different levels of dharma. Topmost dharma is selfless service to the Supreme Lord. Savai pumsa paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshache. Ahetuki. Ahetuki means what? Ahetuki means without any fruitive desires. And without interruption also. Continuous. Because as soon as you see there is no fruits, then enthusiasm is lost. This is apratyata means not stopping. Enthusiastically performing activities without any motivations. And that's the soul's nature. All of us have that nature originally. To love and to serve. So in the spiritual world, everybody is enthusiastically serving because they love Krishna and they love devotees without any fruitive mentality. That's Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha, nobody has this exploited mentality. Everybody is a selfless servant of Krishna. So to reach that place, one has to become selfless. Dharma projita kaitavotra nirmat saranam satam. As long as this fruity mentality is there, envy will exist. That's why Chakravarti Thakur translates this verse. He says, Srimad Bhagavatam kicks out all other dharmas and propagate. This can be understood only by the people who are selfless. Nirmat saranam word he translated as selfless. Both are connected. As long as there is selfishness, the envy will exist in the heart. Envy doesn't exist in the heart of a person who has become completely selfless to serve Krishna. And that is the original cause of our fall in this material world. Ichcha dvesha samuddhena dvando mohena bharata. The envy, ichcha, desire to enjoy, separate from Krishna, and dvesh, envy. The love is pure, then it becomes contaminated, that consciousness, then it's ichcha and dvesh, two things come. Desire to enjoy separate from Krishna and envy. Envy for what? Anybody who obstructs my enjoyment, the envy comes. So as long as this fruity mentality is there, enjoying mentality is there, envy will be always there in the heart. So therefore Krishna is saying that karmanye vadikaraste. You perform your activities at this stage for purification of the heart. And don't expect results. The Vedic followers would perform their duties not for material gains, but to purify their consciousness. And as you purify consciousness and go higher, then they perform activities for pleasing Krishna out of love, selfless activities. So whatever activities we are doing, when you are thinking about giving happiness to Krishna, then one will not get entangled in this world. And Krishna reciprocated with his devotees' love. In this world, people will not, may not or may, but Krishna will never fail. He is Achyuta. He will reciprocate in an appropriate way. But what is the reciprocation? Reciprocation of love. Not that give and take. Prahlad Maharaj was asked by Narsingadev for some benediction. Prahlad Maharaj said, I don't want anything. He said, that servant is not a servant who is serving his master so that the master can give something back to him. And that master is not the master who rewards his servant so that servant can continue his service. First I could not understand this, what is because that's what the world goes on in this world. What does the Prahlad is saying? I could not understand only. That master is not the real master who is afraid that if I don't pay him, he'll go away. And that servant is not servant who is serving, fearing that if I don't serve, I will not get paid. Both are not master and servant. The real master and servant is out of love. Krishna is the supreme master and all the jivas are his servants. Krishna is not needing anything for his own enjoyment from us. He is fully satisfied, Atmaram. Anybody is offering him service out of love, he accepts that service to give happiness to the person who is offering service. And by seeing the love of devotees, Krishna becomes attracted and he wants to serve devotees. Krishna wants to serve devotees not because so that devotee continues serving. Krishna wants to serve devotee because Krishna is attracted by devotees' love. He wants to become their servant. So it's only a inspiration or the feeling of love. That is a motivating factor in spiritual world. Nothing else. No fruity mentality. That's why even if Krishna is not giving anything back to me, rather Krishna is Ashrishava, Radharani is saying that even if you reject me, I will never give it up, your service. That's a very high platform. That love is there. No? In any situation, the devotee never leaves Krishna. Actually, love is awakened in the heart. So love and lust are the same energy. It's not. It is one is directed towards one's sense gratification, and one is directed to serve Krishna. So that's why many people don't understand that devotional service also. They think it's the same. What materialistic people are doing. But those who are advanced, they can understand. And it's very subtle because everything can be done for one's sense gratification. The inner drive, one has to be very cautious. What is my motivation by doing these things? In the beginning, we just do the things what is, this is not good, this is good, we do. What, based on what has to be done. But as you make advancement, it's not just what has to be done, it's how you are doing things. What is your consciousness? Everything can be. Bhagavatam gives extreme examples of people who are doing apparently very spiritual activities but wrong consciousness. Romarshan Sutta was sitting on a Vyasasan giving Bhagavatam class, a disciple of Vedavyas. Disciple. Sometimes this Srila Prabhupada disciple will be very on Srila Prabhupada disciple. Yeah, but here the Vedavyas, his own disciple. One who wrote all the Vedic literatures, Mahabharata, everything. He was a disciple of Vedavyas. But then Balaramji heavily condemned it. He said, and he had learned all the scriptures from the Vedavyas and he understood also. So, scrutinizingly studied it. The verse says that he had scrutinizingly studied it and understood also. But he did not imbibe those things, teaching in his heart. He just Balaramji says your recitation of Bhagavatam is just like actors speaking a script in a drama. Sometimes the actor can act very nicely in drama, professional actors, but he may not mean what he is acting. He is just acting to impress the public, not to imbibe that character in his own life. Like somebody acting as a Ram or Krishna's role in the drama, but then he goes and drinks wine and smokes cigarette. You know, there are like that people are there. So simply acting, one can act very nicely. In today's Kali Yuga, people go very much by. Somebody can very nicely give very entertaining, sessions, with musical performance and nice jokes and everything. And then he becomes a very famous speaker. And people also nice entertainment, pious entertainment. We have to see how much our heart is getting transformed, not just pious entertainment. You don't find Srila Prabhupada's very charismatic speaker in that way. Prabhupada's not like cracking jokes and entertaining people and with musical performances. But he transformed the hearts of so many people. Either you find Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur nor Bhaktivinoda Thakur in their writings also, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's times also, their speeches, how he's speaking to Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. You don't find in between cracking some jokes and entertaining very serious discussions, all Bhagavatam discussions, you don't find here. Very serious. Parishad Maharaj, Śukadeva Gosvāmī's. So, all these personalities will find they are very seriously. Parishad Maharaj 7 days, 7 nights, sitting down and hearing the message of Bhagavatam. For us, as one verse also become difficult, we feel sleepy. How he was able to relish? His heart was completely absorbed in actually serving Krishna and glorifying Krishna, taking shelter of Krishna. So that is what makes this devotional service always very alive. How much we are able to absorb our minds in serving Krishna, not enjoying, to give happiness to Krishna, and to purify our hearts seriously. Then it will be always very dynamic activity in our lives. The things becomes boring because our mind is absorbed in somewhere else. Oftentimes we are performing rituals, we are worshipping deities, or we are worshiping, doing any activity, chanting also. The mind is absorbed somewhere else. Then the thing become boring. But if our mind is, at least one is endeavoring sincerely to absorb mind with prayers, let my mind becomes purified, let my activity give happiness to Krishna, let me not have any fruitive mentality behind this activity. If I am doing this activity, let it be selfless. It is one activity I should perform, I don't want anything in back. That will give us very dynamic experience in our lives. It may be painful sometimes. There is no reciprocation of our activities, what we have done by this world. But if we have really done it for Krishna's pleasure, Krishna's satisfaction, one will find the spiritual advancement by that. So here, this enthusiasm what he has, samadhina, complete absorption, is because he is not having any fruitive mentality. That's what Srila Prabhupada is bringing out. That he is simply thinking, let me serve this to benefit these people. What am I going to get? I don't care for it. Then one can perform any role. That I don't have to. If I need something, I can request Krishna. My dear Lord, if your desire is there, but not to perform activities with a fruitive mentality. Then you think that I am the doer and I am the enjoyer, and because of me things happen. Ahankara vimunatma kartaha iti manyate. We don't see the mercy of the Lord. The mercy can be seen only when we give up this fruity mentality and see, then we can see the things, larger picture, how much Krishna is actually doing things. And we are very little doing things. We are just, in one sense, desirers. We desire, and if our desires are right and sincere, we find Krishna's help coming in life. And therefore, a devotee simply wants to please Krishna. And whatever Krishna gives, he accepts as a prasad, happily. This is consciousness will make us free from this material world. More and more we develop this Krishna consciousness, it should make us free from this very, very dangerous and karmically very complex place where you feel so much pressures and heaviness on your head. But if we actually develop Krishna consciousness, we become free. Then be like child, always enthusiastically serving Krishna in every situation. Whatever I get, I don't get, that Krishna will decide. I don't calculate. Arana kariha mane asha. That also has to sometimes not understanding him. Ye prasade pure sarvash. Look like contradiction. Guru mukha padma vakya chitete kari aikya arana kariha mane asha. And Shri Guru charane rati aise uttama gati ye prasade pure sarvash. First you told, don't have any asha, and all your ashas will be fulfilled. Don't contemplate while you are serving, that what will I get out of it. Even if you are desire something, while serving, you don't endeavor to fulfill those desires by that activity. Let that activity be fully going to please Krishna. And let Krishna decide. And then you'll find Krishna will fulfill all your desires. And that will be a very good experience of life. It will see mercy. Otherwise, we'll see, I did this, I got it. Where is Krishna comes in that? I only become the enjoyer of the activities. So Krishna wants to give us a very good experience of Krishna consciousness. So therefore he said that when we are doing karmanyavadi karaste ma phaleshu kadacha, don't think about the fruits. Do it for Krishna's pleasure. It's very tough. But you can see that our great acharyas have done like that past. Srila Prabhupada did that. Some of Srila Prabhupada's disciples were telling, when I was, one devotee was telling, very senior disciple, he said, initially we were trying to find out what this person has come for. We were trying to not figure out. The 70-year-old man has come to America. Because they had seen so many people coming to America for so many material things. That they were trying to analyze Prabhupada. And said, more we observed him, we saw that this person doesn't want anything from us. He has no any personal desires. He just simply want to give us Krishna consciousness. That was their experience. For himself, he doesn't want anything. And that's what attracted their hearts to Srila Prabhupada. His selflessness, his desire, his love for Krishna. Krishna can give devotees so much, he has so much. But when we have this lust and this enjoying mentality or just fruitive mentality, then we will not be able to see Krishna's grace. So much is Krishna already giving in this world. People don't, everything has come by chance. Simply say like this. Because their conscience is contaminated. They don't see Krishna is arranged so many wonderful things in nature right now also. The sunlight and moonlight. Such life without sun, can you think? Still by chance, helium and what is Shastra says, Chakshuresha Savita, Lord's eyes are sun, created by the Lord. Because of envy and the desire to enjoy separate from God, Maya covers their consciousness. There is no gratitude for what Krishna is giving us. So much Krishna is already giving. So many grains, vegetables, fruits, so many things are given in nature. Krishna is saying, Maya Adhyakshina Prakriti, center nature is working under my direction, and I am the source of everything. Aham sarvasya prabhu. Aham sarvasya prabhu matta sarvam pravartate. Iti matva bhajante mam. If anybody who really puts faith in that, what will happen? Buddha bhava samanvita, with bhava next to the prema. One will worship Krishna. My dear lords, you are so wonderful. So much you are giving and not wanting anything back. Let me serve you. That's how the devotee thinks, that he sees Krishna's selflessness and love for us. And he feels that I don't have that much love. That's the experience of devotees. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj had come to Calcutta once, and one devotee asked this question: Maharaj, how much you love Krishna? Radha Govindji, you come here and all the troubles. Maharaj said, I love them not as much as they love me. Something like that. They love me so much. So that's the experience of devotee. I don't have any love for Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that. Krishna loves so much. So that is the impetus for the devotee to serve Krishna. And he sees Krishna's selfless care, love. But when we have this enjoying mentality and impure mind, kama and envy, we don't see that. We will become blinded. Kama. Kam makes us blind. Kam andha. Avruttam jnanametena jnaninas nitya vairinam. It covers the knowledge. It covers the reality. And one takes the things granted, everything. Devotee means he becomes more and more Krishna conscious. That means how much Krishna is already giving me in my life. Count the blessings. And then want to reciprocate with Krishna's love. Krishna has given us human form of life. Krishna has given so many facilities in this world. Even for material enjoyment also. Said that if you don't break the laws of nature, if you don't encourage other person's property, you can live in this world also without entanglement. It is not that Krishna is making us suffer. It is our own greed and envy and lust making us suffer. Krishna says, okay, you want to live in this world also, live happily. Take all these things. But because our minds are uncontrolled, we misuse and we suffer. So more one becomes Krishna conscious, one can see the magnanimity of Krishna. It is so magnanimous person, wanting us to be happy in every situation. But this place is not a place where you can try to be happy unless you become fully Krishna conscious. This is the most troublesome, complex place. But still it is said, one becomes Krishna conscious, Vishwam Purna Sukhayate. You can see the whole world happy place. So this samadhina, the complete absorption of this, it is Srila Prabhupada is bringing out that because he had given up this fruity mentality. One becomes joyful. Let me, even in Bible it is said that when your right hand is giving some charity, your left hand should not come to know. What does this mean? Selflessness. Now people want to advertise everything. All the social medias and everything has come. Even if you are doing little service, let the whole world come to know about it. I am doing it for preaching, Prabhuji, to inspire others. Mind is so tricky, Maya is so tricky. Okay, you are doing for preaching, then you will be happy in every situation. Why we get frustrated? When people are disliking and not giving likings. If you are actually doing preaching or glorification of the Lord, you can see the great preachers like Haridas Thakur, even they are Jesus Christ, even they are crucified, they are still happy. Serving Krishna. That's a joy. Selflessness. But this Maya has her own thing. We think I am using all these things in Krishna's service, and Maya is thinking that, oh, nice. I am engaging in my service by all these things. So it's a very thin line between two. And the proof is that you can see your own inner state of consciousness. Anything we do is helping me to become Krishna conscious. Anukulyasa sankalpa pratikulyasa varjana. It's not helping me to become more Krishna conscious. Then we should avoid those things. Okay. I'm speaking so many things, but I am struggling in my life. By speaking all these things, I will get some inspiration by your association. So, anybody has questions? Yes.
What should be the threshold point that one should cross to become selfless?
Huh?
Is there some threshold that one should cross it to become selfless? Some certain level.
Later on, you'll find the demigods saying that we can study how Krishna has made this world also to teach us. Krishna speaks that what is the meaning of selfless? How much is selflessness? He says the trees' bodies are so selfless. They don't enjoy their fruits. They make the fruits, but they don't enjoy any fruit. Any single fruit you don't find any tree is enjoying. They take some water, sunlight, and air, but the fruit is fully for others. So this fruity mentality sometimes becomes difficult to understand, but you can understand fruits. Tree. Tree is made by Krishna to show us that no fruits are enjoyed by the tree. Not only fruits, but they give a place for the birds to stay. They give shadow for the person who is standing under them while they are standing in the sun, hot sun. And wood also. They are cut down, the wood is utilized. They don't protest. Of course, the tree has a soul which is in complete ignorance, but Krishna is showing us through that particular body that how selflessness it is. Later on, the demigods they speak in one place that, he speaks. Dadichi Muni says that those who are selfish in this world, they are condemned even by the non-moving entities like trees. So, practicing this all activities given in Bhagavad Gita like yajna, dana, tapa, these are slowly make a person come to this selflessness platform. Yajna means performing sacrifice, putting in the fire all the nice possessions what you have. The accepting the higher plans of the Lord and cooperating with Him. The demigods. Even if person is wanting to give and take, the Vedic teachings is to do it in a righteous way, pious ways. So that's the beginning of selflessness. That you put trust in the Vedas and give your all possessions as oblations in the fire sacrifice while performing yajna and various pujas. At least in this life you don't expect. For future life you are preparing for it. So immediate wanting it, and one is having faith in the higher authorities, and that is advancement. Delayed things. In the future you are getting it. And modern man means immediately want immediate things. So this seeing the higher picture and cooperating with the Lord's plans, at least cooperation. Krishna speaks about cooperation with demigods first in the beginning. Okay, you are getting so many things, you give back to the demigods by performing yajnas. So the cooperation is the beginning. That whatever you are already receiving it, first recognize that and cooperate. Selfish life means complete selfish life means you don't even recognize in modern times we are taught like this. Completely ungratefulness. and saying that God is not there, and there is. So we are enjoying all the facilities from the nature, from the creation of God, and not reciprocating anything back to it. And then we start doing those things slowly, slowly as a matter of duty. First is out of fear. Fear is the bottom platform, that out of fear at least you do it. The desire, okay, you will get something out of it. You are doing some things. And the next is out of duty. Duty means already you have received something. You are getting it. You do something about it. That's a duty platform. Duty platform is considered a very good platform for further advancement. Most of the religions of this world, they operate only on fear and desire, which is selfishness. Even Vedics also, Karma Kanda section is only fear and desire only. But the platform of duty, yes, already I have received so much. I'm receiving so much. So let me reciprocate. So that duty platform will further reveal things. So that's why whether my mind says or not says, Shastras are saying something, perform yajna, dana, tapa, I should perform those things, putting faith in the higher authorities. Krishna says this activity should never be given up. Yajna, dana, tapa, karma, na tyajyam karyam evacha. Yajna, dana, tapa, karma, pavanani manishinam. Even greats, advanced people also should perform these activities. They should not think, now I am very advanced, I don't have to do this. These activities are always purifying. Pavanani manishinam. And Sankirtan yajna in Kali Yuga, other yajnas are not much fruitful. But Sankirtan yajna, chanting our Hare Krishna Mahamantras rounds with great attention. Everything comes down to this, that if we are attentively trying to execute our devotional practices with the intention to purify our mind, then the holy name of the Lord will remove all those misconceptions from our mind. If we do it attentively and with prayerful attitude. And once one gets the experience of the soul's natural, the existence of joy of being selfless, then the further thing will happen naturally. The Sachidananda is nature of the soul. We get reinstated into that nature back. Then you don't have to exert at all. It will become natural. Like Vrindavan Vasis, they are naturally selfless. They don't have to even think about it. Just like we are naturally selfish, they are naturally selfless. They don't have to think about whether it's selfishness or selflessness. They act like that. Their thought never crosses their minds that what will I get out of it. That's our original nature. Everybody's nature is like that. Somehow or other we have got fallen into this world. So that happy experience of being selfless, or you see other people's very selfless and you feel inspired by seeing them. That's why association of devotees very important. An association of devotees, which association? The devotees who are really sincere and selfless. Bhukti mukti spruha vihina je bhakata labhaite takasanga anuragati. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that those devotees who are free from this material enjoyment, bhukti, and also impersonal liberation, give me that association. Je bhakata, not just give me that association of devotees who are sincerely practicing Krishna consciousness. And that way we don't need so many people in our lives. If you have very few people who are sincerely practicing, one will always find that inspiration. Nowadays in Kali Yuga also, everybody after numbers. We count everything in number in terms of numbers. How many followers we have, how much money we are having, how much big establishment we are having. Everything is counted in terms of external things. But we should see internally No. So whatever capacity we have, even a small activity, if you do it with selflessness, try to do that. As this Bible says that use some charity and don't have any motivations of what will I get out of it. Wanting the name and fame, also we are encashing those things, a very selflessness. This instruction is that your left hand should not come to know, right hand giving charity. It's a very instructive thing. That means you should not try to encash from that again something. Sometimes people give some charity and then they want to, get some prominence, some control, powers, positions. We just want to serve. And Krishna is giving us something back as his mercy prasada, that we accept grateful. All these Bhagavatam simple activities of with a fruit vendor, what is great about it? Selflessness. Simply she is giving fruits to Krishna. But it's very exalted activity because she has no single thought of any selfishness.
You say that Sachidananda is the nature of soul. Why some people are bad in nature and some are good?
What is the nature of soul?
Sachidananda is the
Sachidananda. That somehow or other the soul forgets that nature. Because of the free will. We have free will. Being a part and parcel of God, we have similar tendencies. God is supreme enjoyer. We also have that enjoying spirit. Being part and parcel of God. So if we understand our small tiny nature and enjoy according to our small nature, and that real enjoyment is serving Krishna. You also enjoy. It's not that you don't enjoy. Prabhupada says that when you make nice temple for the Lord, you can also stay in that as servant. Or you offer nice bhoga and you also get some prasad. But our mentality should not be that I will enjoy. Krishna gives as prasad, you accept happily. And Krishna likes devotees to relish things. Not that. The hankering and the enjoying spirit is bad, but relishing is not bad. If you are decorating deities nicely, you see beautiful Krishna's form. Even gopis also decorate themselves to please Krishna, not to impress, but to give happiness to Krishna. We don't have that consciousness yet. That's why we are supposed to be simple. We want to impress others. But in spiritual world, they decorate nicely themselves. Because they have a very pure heart. So everything is there in Krishna consciousness in pure form. That we forget when we think I am the center. I want to imitate Krishna. We want to imitate Krishna. And then we want to become the supreme enjoyer. We want to become. So then that's all. We forget our own nature. That who am I in real sense. So original Sachidananda nature is also we are tiny living entities. So we understand that if I serve Krishna, cooperate with Krishna, who is center of everything, who is supreme, then I can also be happy in all situations. But then if I want to compete with Krishna or compete with anybody who is having envy, that natural envy arises. Why we need to be a big person in this world? That we don't question. Everybody is trying to go up and up. Why? I want to become happy or I want to become big and become miserable. That nobody. And practically every big man you see miserable. You think he is big man, he is enjoying, but that's miserable actually. Srila Prabhu said that Mahatma Gandhi was very famous. But he was not able to sleep because everybody is shouting Mahatma Gandhi ki jai always. Even night people would come and chant. So he was not able to sleep in night also. we think is very great, famous, he must be happy, but they are having also so much. And the day Mahatma Gandhi was shot, he said, I am so frustrated in my life, I don't want to die, live further. He said that morning statement was recorded. This. So everybody want to become big man in this world, and big man, you see how much, because that's not our nature. Unless we are accepting on behalf of Krishna some big positions, empowered by Krishna to serve Krishna selflessly, all these positions will become simply cause of our more headache in our lives. Tukaram Maharaj says that all these positions of Brahma and Indra, they're simply a burden of misery. Dukkhachi Shirani. Dukkha means misery, Shirani means boja. People are hankering for it, and they get also, they'll find simply a burden if they are not Krishna conscious. And if you are Krishna conscious, like Yudhishthira Maharaj, whether you are in a big position or not position, you are happy still. You may accept sometime big position on behalf of Krishna just to serve Krishna. You are not attached to those positions because you love Krishna. Otherwise, it becomes big burden. Anything, small or big positions, without Krishna consciousness will become simply a burden on the head. So that Satchidananda nature is gone. Just like now today's, if you try to enjoy something created by Maya, you forget your own things, you forget. Now the mobiles have you. The machine, people's mind is so absorbed, and you have stopped living a natural life. You don't talk to each other. Even family people are sitting, everybody is on mobile. That the joy of being with people, being personal, that's gone. Forget people. They are trying to, have some Facebook friendships or somewhere, And saying next person is sitting, they have problems. And really, that's creating so many complex situations. One IIT professor told me that one lady, she developed some friendship with somebody like that. And later on, she was killed. In Bengal, it happened. And nobody was able to trace out who killed her. And then they traced out her Facebook things, police, and they found out that she had developed some friendship with somebody on Facebook. And that Facebook face of a person was something else, and she was attracted to that. She was a married lady. And she invited him to home alone to meet him. And he came, and he was a completely different person. And all these chats and everything, developed relationships. When she saw, she was shocked. And he was not able to speak also, stammering. And she laughed at him, and he became so angry, he killed her. And he ran away from that place. Nobody knew about that. The police traced out, and then they caught him. So all these superficial things, we count everything in terms of all this matter. Our bodies matter, and everything, money, everything we are just counting in terms of the external things. And these mobiles, even if you have to store something, now you are not able to remember things also. Our remembering ability also we are losing it. Right? Small things we have to, everything we are using mobiles. So naturally given abilities, because of these machines we are losing. Or we are forgetting. Similarly, by coming in contact with this matter, we have forgotten our original nature, spirit soul, Satchidananda. That just has to be revived back. Krishna, our relationship with Krishna also we have forgotten. So Krishna consciousness is not something artificial imposition. It is reviving back what we already had. We have forgotten it. Just like you find somebody becomes very educated and becomes a big man in the society, big position, he forgets all his friends and relatives. You find? Because he gets intoxicated by those positions. Edamana adapumana. And there is some intoxication, means there is some pleasure in that involved. But that is not satisfying to the heart. But at the same time, the soul doesn't want to leave that. That is the problem. Just like liquor. Once you start enjoying that pleasure, It is harming, frustrating, but still he cannot give it up. It's exactly like that. The money, the greed for money is also intoxication. The lust is also intoxication. Same thing. These are all intoxications of different kinds. One is very gross intoxication, they are subtle. The desire for name and fame is also intoxication. That's not according to our nature of the soul. So when we relish again back our real nature, that's what the whole meditation process or bhakti process is, to bring out again that what we are really looking from the heart. We are being misled by the Maya. And once one Brahma Bhuta stage means you realize yourself as a person. That means you are trying to bring out your consciousness from the absorption in the matter and bring out your own self. Who am I? That's the first question. Who am I? That question we ask. Am I engineer, doctor? From that you start with, or am I Indian? All this identification has made us lost our own selves. And that's why the Satchidananda nature has been covered over by all these various layers of gross and subtle layers of Maya. And instead of now bringing to our original nature, human form of life, we are keeping adding more things, more matter around us. And we feel very proud. I got these properties, I got that. Trying to externally add so many things on us. And we think that is our achievement. All this can be utilized in Krishna's service, provided you come to your original identity. Who am I really? Otherwise, you get lost into this various identification Maya is producing, giving. This body is also identification. Prabhu says, first designation, Maya gives you this material body, subtle body, and then gross body. By spiritual practices, you come to the realization, Brahma Bhuta, I am not this body. Neither I am mind or intellect or ego. I am a spirit soul. These are machines. At that stage, you can see you are free, Prasannatma. And all these things are temporary in this world, what we are in this particular life we have. Then we'll be able to utilize it properly. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na shochiti na kankshati. There is no anxiety and there is no lamentation also. Prasannatma, always happy, joyful state. And more we identify with the matter, is anxiety, fear, dissatisfaction. These are born out of this identification with the matter, material things. So that we can pray to Krishna, because it's not very easy. Our consciousness has so much absorbed, and we need some other absorption, samadhina, that is absorption in Krishna. The yogis who try to practice samadhi, is very hard without Krishna consciousness. They try to remove the mind or their consciousness from the body. This yogasana is basically that. First you begin with yam, niyam, and then pranayam, asana. You think about body first. Now your mind is so much thinking about, so you think about body at least. Try to, and then you think about your mind. Go slowly inside and see the soul. Oh, I am that. So then you think, what is this body is? The yogis feel very delighted when he sees I am a spirit soul, Brahma Bhuta. I have so much unnecessary anxiety and I don't die. When you think you are body, then fear of death. So many things come with that. But by withdrawing your consciousness and going to this inner core of your own heart, see that I am a spirit soul, then fear of death goes away. Anxieties goes away for so many things happening in this world. They are beyond your control. The material nature is moving by its own. How much I can control here? Only by false ego I think I am controlling so many things. But when you actually become self-conscious, Atma Sakshatkar, then you understand that this whole material nature is a big machine, not operating by anybody's. Superior powers are there. Ultimately, Krishna is. And if you want to be happy here, you have to cooperate with Krishna's plan. You have to give your false ego. So, self-realization is the beginning. Brahma Bhuta Prasanna Atman, then Mad Bhakti Labhate Param. From there your devotional service starts. You love Krishna. So that is the thing, that the yogic process is a very strenuous process of withdrawing the mind with so much of kleshas. It's not very easy. Krishna consciousness is natural. You get attracted to Krishna. From this attraction to the body and matter, you direct it to Krishna. Prabhu says, just like you see the sun, you see yourself also. You become Krishna conscious, you can see yourself also. It's a joyful process. Because ultimately, the relationship of Krishna and we, soul, that's the ultimate our existence, perfection, loving relationships. Therefore, bhakti is a very natural process and it's very joyful process. Just direct all things what you are doing for the body and mind towards Krishna. You want to decorate nicely, decorate Krishna nicely. You want to glorify yourself, glorify Krishna. Chant, Kirtan. Kirtan means what? You glorify Krishna. Chanting names of Krishna. Or you do anything what you know, you want paint, you want anything, you do it for glorifying Krishna. That is Kirtan. Kirti Yashagan. But at the same time, Maya also is very expert. She will make everything our own Kirtan. How nicely I am singing, and how nicely I am giving class. So many people are appreciating, following. So that is a observation has to be done, that I am really honestly glorifying Krishna. If you honestly glorifying Krishna, you don't need anybody's certification. You will be joyful. That's why Sankirtan is so powerful that it can destroy all our envy in the heart and whatever these things. We constantly glorify Krishna in all situations. Serve Krishna and glorify. Anybody, whatever he knows, you can paint nicely. It's glorification of Krishna. Somebody has painted nicely. Somebody is able to manage it for Krishna's pleasure. Cooking for Krishna's pleasure. So whatever abilities we have, if we channelize it to Krishna, that will give us satisfaction and develop relationship with Krishna. And our original nature can be revived back. Sachidanand. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Yes. Thank you so much for tolerating. Hare Krishna.